Good afternoon and welcome to this week's issue of Print21, the weekly TV news bulletin from print21.com.au, the industry's media hub. Sponsored this week by Foxhill, trade supplier of labels, stickers and point of sale items. My name is Wayne Robinson. Another huge week in the printing industry, led by Ovato, one of the print giants. It managed to get its scheme through the creditors meeting, the scheme that will see the company emerge smaller, leaner and hopefully fitter. The business had the scheme that was put forward by the directors to the creditors, a 625-page document, had three main planks to it. First part was the creditors agreeing to take a 50% haircut on all their outstanding invoices. For some of the paper suppliers, that's obviously, you're talking big money there, but all creditors had to agree to that, and all actually did, 100% unanimous support from the creditors of Ovato. Second plank in the scheme was the closure of this plant behind me, the Ovato plant at Clayton in Melbourne, one of the key parts of the business for many years. By Christmas it will be no more. The lease was actually up on this place. The developer wanted to, the owner wanted to get it redeveloped. Ovato could have chosen to go to a greenfield site or chose to print what was being printed here in Sydney at its Warwick Farm super site and have it shipped down, trucked down every night, and that's what it's decided to do, given the fact that there is plenty of capacity in Warwick Farm on the giant heat set presses that are up there. Sadly, 300 staff will lose their jobs, the end of an era for Ovato, because it was PMP, in Melbourne. The third part of the scheme was the cash injection, $40 million, through which will be raised to a rights issue, $35 million. That will be underwritten by the Hannon family, the major shareholder in Ovato, and shared equally between our media, the major customer, the country's biggest magazine publisher, now owned by Mercury Capital. They've agreed to underwrite half of it as well. It'll be the end of an era, sad day obviously for the 300 staff, for printing in Melbourne, but Ovato has survived. And will be two heat set print giants in Australia. In other news this week, still in Melbourne, CMYKhub, the country's largest trade printer, based in Melbourne but with plants in all other states, is taking the first HP Indigo 100K 6,000 sheets an hour B2 sheet-fed digital press in the whole Asia Pacific region. Congratulations to the team there at CMYKhub. Dane Nankervis tells me that the argument for the 100K was compelling. The sheets that you'll be able to produce, the speed, the quality. Great to see investment going on in print. Congratulations again to CMYKhub. Third big story in the industry this week is exhibitions. Drupa has been cancelled. The mother of all exhibitions as far as printers are concerned. Originally it was 2019 actually. 2020 June had to be postponed because of COVID. Scheduled for April, it's too soon. COVID is ravaging Europe still. Numbers going up there, horrendous numbers every day. So the exhibitors, the organisers, the Messe Centre in Dusseldorf has taken the wise decision really to can the whole show. It's not going to try and run it in 2022. The next iteration will be in 2024 on its normal 4-year schedule. I believe that the Irish bars in Dusseldorf have issued profit warnings because of the lack of printers that will be there for the 10 days of the show. Many printers will be sad, of course, but let's hope that Drupa comes back in 2024. Other shows cancelled this week were Interpack, also at the Messe Dusseldorf, FESPA, which has been postponed now for the third time. It will now be attempted to be run in October at the RAI Centre in Amsterdam, the wide format show. And that'll be a busy time of year for Australian printers because Label Expo will be on in Brussels in September. Pack Print here in Melbourne, also at the end of September, the week after Label Expo, and then 2 weeks after that will be the FESPA show. All predicated really on the vaccine happening, but that does appear to be happening. The first people in England have been vaccinated. Incredibly, the first guy to be vaccinated in England was named William Shakespeare. You couldn't make it up. That's it for this week's issue of Print21. Go to Print21 print21.com.au for all these stories. Friday's issue will contain a special exclusive analysis of the Ovato story, of the Ovato deal, which you won't be reading anywhere else. My name is Wayne Robinson. Thanks to our sponsor Foxhill. Signing off for another week. Stay safe.